Hello, Internet, and welcome to my movie review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. First off, spoiler warning. I am going to be talking about this movie, yes, but I am also going to be putting some spoilers in here. So be warned if you haven't seen the movie already. And here we go. The movie is awesome! It's one of the best sequels I have seen, and it's one of the best movies I have seen all year. Next to X-Men, Godzilla, and so on and so forth. This is one of the best movies I have seen all year, and it's one of the best sequels I've ever seen, period. Now, it starts off with Caesar in, his new society with all the apes out in the mountains and the forests of the redwoods in San Francisco. And I felt like that was a good way to start off with, but it actually starts off about 10 years later. 10 years! And that's quite a bit off of a ways from what we had from the previous movie. Cutting to what we have right in the beginning scene of this movie, it shows like a progression of this thing that they called the simian flu, which was, if you remember from the last movie, was from the AZL-113, the aerosol can thing, which spread into a virus which spread throughout the world and so on and so forth, which was like an end credit type thing, which then spawned into this sequel. And there's only a number of humans left in the world who are now immune to this. And for after 10 years, apes and humans finally meet up with each other, and one of them just like shoots another one, and this whole misunderstanding goes about, and Caesar's like, "Go!" trying to have them leave and never come back, and so on and so forth. And the humans go back to Gary Oldman in the city, and they're like, "Oh, this ape can talk," and Gary Oldman like, no, that's crazy talk. No, we all saw that. We all saw this. And it's like, okay, just don't talk about it with anyone in the city. I don't want to panic on our hands, which is understandable considering that, well, it's been 10 years since the attack on San Francisco, which spawned into a whole series of events which led to the sequel. Moving on from this, Caesar and all these warrior-type apes then come into the city, and go up to the gates of what is left of the human civilization in that city. Maybe even the world. They don't know yet. We don't even know yet. Well, we probably know, but so on and so forth. The last human civilization in the city, and they open the gate, and Caesar's like, "Apes do not want war," and then all that sort of stuff, and they're just warning them, "Don't come back, or else." And then leading to our main human protagonist going up to where the apes live and asking if they can get to this one dam so that way they can at least restore power to the city, so that way you can get the lights on. And Caesar humbly obliges to this, while Koba, as you remember from the last movie, all scarred up and everything on his face, and he's like, "No, we shouldn't trust him. Should not trust human lie," and so on and so forth. And then Caesar takes him to the dam. They start clearing everything away, and the dick from earlier who shot that one ape. Also, one condition that he had was that there should be no guns here while you're here, staying here. And dumbass McDickhead hides a gun in one of the briefcases that they brought along, and pulls out the shotgun, and it's like, "Hey, I will shoot you," and stuff like that while they're working. And It just gets in this misunderstanding. Caesar then throws away the gun and he tells them to leave, and then the same guy who's like, come on, it was only that one guy. I had no idea he had brought the gun, and so on and so forth. And so they continue their work, and then Koba finds out that the people in the city are trying to armor up in order to protect themselves in case of war. And then Koba's like, oh, the humans are dangerous and stuff like that. And the reason why, and also Koba is like, well, you think that Caesar love humans more than apes, more than sons. And then Caesar just beats the crap out of him. And he's on the floor all bloody and everything, and leads in this whole series of events. Koba then steals a gun from the human city and goes to where Caesar is. There's all celebrating that the power is back on and everything. And what happens then is that Koba shoots Caesar, with Caesar staring directly at him. No one else notices as Koba shoots him, runs off, places the gun there, and places Dickhead's hat right there after he killed Dickhead, places his hat next to the gun, and then runs off like he wasn't even there. They find the gun, and then they're like, we must attack the humans! Human gun! Must attack humans! Humans killed Caesar! And then we get a whole just huge battle sequence between the humans and the apes, and we're getting the ass end of it. Seriously, we are getting our asses handed to us at this point. And then there are people who are, well, not people, but the apes are starting to question Koba's leadership, and it's like, no, Caesar wouldn't do this. Caesar would not go into this war. He didn't want this from the start of it. And then the one ape who was shot earlier in the film, much earlier in the film, I think his name was Ash. Koba grabs him, drags him up the stairs to this one little balcony that's inside of the building, and throws him off and kills him on impact, saying, Caesar is not here. Koba, leader now. And all that sort of stuff. And it's just, oh man. And later on we find out that Caesar is alive, with our main protagonist finding him and treating his wounds and everything. And the guy goes back into the city to find some medical supplies, and he finds Caesar's one son, his oldest son. He's like, your father's alive, come on, we must go, we have to go to Caesar, come on. And he goes with him, goes to Caesar, and he's still convinced, his son is still convinced, like, oh, humans did this to you. And then Caesar's like, no, Koba, not human, Koba. And one thing that also leads into this is another good father-son bonding relationship between them, trying to get the apes also back together on their side. And what leads into this is Gary Oldman is down in the subway station. They're trying to get all the apes that are with Caesar back into the city in order to take down Koba. And the one human protagonist that we have goes down into the subway and starts getting fired at, and he's telling the apes to go up to the tower, get Koba and all that sort of stuff. And then Gary Oldman's setting up like 5-pound blocks of C4 on all the edges of the inside of the tower in order to blow it up and kill every single ape that's up there, and save ourselves a huge war that would possibly kill the entire human race. But one thing that also happens is that, well, skipping forward, we have Caesar fighting with Koba, and it's just this bare knuckles brawl. It's just brutal, and I haven't seen a bare knuckle brawl so brutal in such a long time, especially with a film like this. It was so welcoming to see. It was awesome, yet it made me cringe a bit because it was so brutal. Excuse me a moment. But this film also takes it to the fact of where it was like, if you remember The Lion King, you'll remember it was like that scene where Simba is holding Scar and stuff like that, or Scar is holding Simba, so on and so forth. It's kind of a power struggle type thing, and Koba is like holding on to Caesar. It's like, ape, not kill ape. And it's like, no, you're not an ape. You don't fall into that category. Koba then falls onto a wire, swings onto some scaffolding, which then falls and buckles in onto him, and then just falls down into the depths. That's all I can say right now, but I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.